Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Bloodfinger here. I am out on a walk during this whole corona bullshit. I mean, it's the one place I can think of going for walks without being interrupted by somebody. Unless you're a hunter in camouflage, then you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you please in here. I don't really have anything really to speak about except for let me just talk about a little bit more about myself and what I'm doing on YouTube. Mainly, the whole channel got off to a rocky start, but at least we're making some progress. I'm finally being recognized, in a matter of speaking. I refuse to show my face because I'm just not one of those people who's used to having their faces seen on camera unless I'm wearing a mask or some kind of makeup, like a horror makeup or vampiric makeup, monster makeup of any kind. I'm not all that keen on showing my face, and I'm not really keen on telling people my real name. Right now, just call me Damien. Damien Lyle Manson. And welcome to Bloodfinger. I guess you can consider this some kind of interview. Right now I'm out on a walk into the deep woods. Hell, I may even find a Wendigo out here. And the channel was mainly started to be used as a horror prank channel. But then I discovered this fascinating device on my PlayStation 4 Pro that actually lets me record my gameplay. Not just record my gameplay, but also broadcast my gameplay all over YouTube. And I gotta admit, it's actually not a bad use of technology. I'm actually very pleased that I have it. There are a few other minor concerns. Well, I don't know if minor is the right word, but there are a bunch of concerns that are pretty much overshadowing my whole reason of being here. I became, well, I guess you can call me a supervillain because I scare people on camera and mildly troll them. Some people tell me I shouldn't do it at all, but it's a free fucking country, and I have free will. And I also have the fucking willpower to do whatever the fuck I please. So, yeah. I have the free willpower to do whatever the fuck I please. And just like any other YouTuber, I can control my content. But it depends on what you put out is a concern for the people who run YouTube. If your videos are gorier than fuck, either you get a pass, or if it's just staged violence, then you probably get like a free pass of doing so. Normally, I honestly do not condone violence unless it's an emergency needed type activity. Or a needed type subject. Like if you're in a situation where you had to defend yourself in every way possible, then I would recommend violence. Like you were being mugged, or some asshole was trying, or some big fucking dude, or some woman trying to rape you, then I recommend people to for self-defense, to protect themselves, and to protect themselves. Pardon me, I'm running out of breath over here. I mean, just a simple precaution for people to protect themselves, and I believe everybody has a right to protect themselves from whatever danger they may or may not come across. Always be aware. The reason I'm talking about this is because one of my childhood idols, Phoenix Jones, has turned over to the dark side. That, I'm not totally sure if he just changed by night, but I am very, very disappointed with Phoenix Jones. I've never been so disappointed in all my life. And to top it all off, I think he was faking the heroism to begin with. I think he was faking to begin with, like Jim Jones. The reason I bring up Jim Jones is because the two of them are exactly alike. All they care about is themselves, and they pretend to be people that they're not. Just Phoenix Jones getting arrested in a sting operation like he was stringed up in is exactly the kind of police they have down in Seattle, Washington. They are well aware of what's going on, and they do everything they can in their power to stop it. Now, Phoenix Jones, he is, in my personal belief, that he is the second coming of James Warren Jones, aka Father Jones, aka Jim Jones. I believe he may even be the second coming of Jim Jones. The two of them are a lot alike. They are a lot alike. He's even a fucking cultist too, because he has an entire gang of fucking costumed vigilantes by his side. I kind of did the same thing for myself for a short period of time. But I never got most of it on camera because I didn't have a costume to wear at the time. And now that I have a costume, I'm doing my prank videos because I'm a kind of pretend supervillain or horror villain. I'm just a copycat, really. I'm not really the actual person from the movie. And yes, that is me in the fucking Ghostface costume. And the people in the other costumes, those are my associates. I'm not even going to mention their names because they chose to remain anonymous. And that is a decision I honor tremendously. I thought about starting a Instagram, but really all of a sudden there's like no avail right now at the moment. I am just a prankster, really. I'm not a real supervillain. I'm not a real superhero neither. I'm not real. But in some cases, Phoenix Jones inspired me. And I was very disappointed that he turned over to the dark side. But now I'm beginning to believe that I think he was fake from the very beginning. Just by the attitude of the article itself depicts that he was selling. They charged him for possessing. Pardon me, like I said, I'm out of breath. He got in trouble for possession with the intent to distribute illegal narcotics. And that is something that I despise the most thing out of this world. I despise the possession and distribution of drugs. But I let the police take care of that. I let the police take care of what I'm not. I let the police take care of the criminal justice. I don't take part in such tremendous activity alone. I mean, I could possibly, maybe someday in the future, maybe I will suit up my Ghostface costume to have stab-proof plates, bulletproof Kevlar underneath the robe or something like that. But unless that happens, I'm just gonna let the police do their job. I don't recommend people doing this kind of thing either. But those who do already, I salute you. But if you turn over to the other side, I'm gonna stop following you on all kinds of media. Video sharing media, social media, I mean, whatever kind of media you're part of, I'll just discontinue following you. or just continue the process of being your fan. Whatever the fuck the word is nowadays. I'm out here in my sanctuary, pretty much, out for a walk. And the thing about me is, I'm not after anyone in particular. I'm just a prankster. And I know exactly what the fuck it is that I'm doing. I really don't give a shit what anyone else has to say. Unless you got something good to tell me, keep it in your fucking mouth. No, it sounds a little off, but if you got nothing nice to say about my channel, then don't say it at all. I mean, I don't care how many times you people disrespect me about my fucking Jack the Ripper prank. That was just a random schmo kind of moment for me. That was just a random fucking moment for me. I never really intended on doing anything wrong. It was just a lousy fucking prank, and they were just kids. And they were just playing around. They were kind of like playing along with the video because they knew they were being videotaped. They didn't see the camera until I moved out of the camera guy's way. I didn't really like that person because he was a bit of a douchebag, so he's no longer going to be part of my YouTube production. I almost said operation, but that's actually a military term. So unless it's some kind of militia or some kind of faction, then I'm not going to say what it is, or I'm going to deny it. And there are hundreds of people out there that do the same thing I do. A YouTube channel, for example, that's Horror Squad. Horror Squad are actually people that I took inspiration from. I wanted to get into law enforcement, but because of my background history, I really can't. So no matter how badly I want to join the police force, I can't do it because of my history. Sorry about that, I gotta tie my shoe. My shoe's loose. Shoelace is coming undone. And I hope you'll excuse the speech impediment. Like I said, I'm still out of breath. So I may mispronounce words maybe multiple times. I just can't believe that Phoenix Jones had the fucking backbone to portray his entire fucking city like he did. And what I'm doing is no different than DM Pranks or S.A. Wardega. Forgive me if I mispronounced that last part. But I'm trying to be like these other prankster YouTube channels. But my channel is to do horror pranks only. No matter how badly the cinematography is, I'm still doing it. I wanted a better life for myself. Around the time of the creation of Bloodfinger, I was going through a difficult decision in my life when I was in high school. I was never beaten up, thank God, but I was heavily bullied, verbally. And I was never really beaten up, but I almost got beat up at one point. Thank God for my friends. If I still have any friends left in this world, I salute them and I bless them. So, around the birth of Bloodfinger, if I should say, I was going through a difficult time, a bad decisions were made, because back then I was kind of weak. And I had to abandon most of my possessions just to get the fuck out of that cabin. And I may never see those items ever again. One day, I'm gonna start my collection back up. And nobody's gonna fucking stop me. Right now, all I have is my Scream memorabilia, which contains my statue and the costume. But there is just one Scream costume that I'm in possession of. I have at least 2 robes, approximately 3 pairs of gloves. I got like 4 masks, all of them labeled Scream. Now, I was kind of hoping for an assistant that would like don the costume for me. There was a rough. I'm hesitating because I'm afraid to speak of my mind. Bloodfinger. Sadly, I hate to say this out loud, but I want to tell you guys the truth about the birth of Bloodfinger. Bloodfinger was actually supposed to be a serial killer nickname, a serial killer brand name. I thought about it for a while, and then my dad spoke with me and talked me out of it. Thank God he talked me out of being a serial killer, because I would have really fucked shit up. God bless my father for talking me out of it. I'm just really, really glad he talked me out of it, because Bloodfinger was supposed to be a serial killer brand name. And Bloodfinger, believe it or not, is the perfect name for my YouTube channel, because it represents the other half of my life. The other half that I partake in of myself. I did some pretty bad things growing up. I'm not happy that I did them, but I did. I wish I could take them back, but I just can't. My dad got me to do things that I didn't want to do or partake in. My mother tried to get me to do the same things I didn't want to partake in. Kyle, I just said fuck it, I did them because I wanted to blend in with his universe. But that didn't mean I was actually going to stay part of it. I was just trying to blend in with the crowd. And that was exactly what I was doing. I was just trying to blend in with no real motive, no real reason, just a tactic I picked up from a movie. I'm not going to mention what it was, because that pretty much does make me a copycat. There are other things I picked up from various documentaries over time, but that doesn't mean I'm going to act on them. That's what copy killers do. They enact their fantasies. And, I'm not one of those people. I may dress up like Scream, but that's only for entertainment purposes. Trying to be like Horror Squad and all those other guys who do horror pranks. I just hope that the situation that I'm in will finally breathe easier for me. Will let me breathe easier. I'm just so tired of walking from house to house, moving from place to place. I'm just so fucking tired of it. The effort house made things worse. My mother believes that I told the kids a bunch of lies to get them to fear me. That was not the problem. That was not the issue. I was literally asking for something that they had that I wanted to buy from them. Again, I'm not going to mention what the hell it was. And they said no. And they were getting pissed off because I kept on asking. And they said no. And that's what my mother believes is that I was telling them things, saying things to them to scare them. That was not the issue. I was asking for something that I can't say out loud because I regret it now, but back then I was just being fucking stupid. I was in high school and I was being dumb. I had to wear a school uniform and everything. I was so angry at everyone who didn't follow the rules. Here I am trying to assist these kids, and all they want to do is fucking spit on my face and kick me down on the ground. They didn't actually do it, but I know they wanted to. I'm glad I lost contact with all of them. I'm really glad I lost contact with every single one of them. May their journey leads them to fucking pit of fire. So many rocks, and yet so little time. Everything's all misty. Like it's not even raining, it's just all mist. People wonder why I'm the way I am. Well, to be honest, I made myself the way I am. I wanted control in my life. And they say that's what serial killers want in their lives too. But unlike an actual serial predator, I took control of my life by leaving the toxic people behind. And to be honest, I hope that those people get the fucking virus. I hope those people get the virus. I hope every one of my fucking former family gets the fucking virus. And whoever fucks me over in the future, I hope they get fucked over as well. And unlike some people, I know exactly what the fuck it is that I'm doing. I know what I'm doing in these videos. Nobody's gonna talk me out of doing what I want to do. I don't care if I shoot maybe one or two people in the fucking leg out of self-defense. But that don't mean I'm gonna fucking shoot them in the head. Even if I did do something that fucking drastic, who the fuck is gonna complain? If that person was intending on robbing me and then killing me, I'm going to beat that person's fucking head in. Think I don't carry weapons on me? I do. I carry a knife and a gun. When I was growing up, I had 2 Derringers in my pocket. And a handheld crossbow in my backpack whenever I went out in the woods. I never brought it with me in school. took a bunch of bullying throughout school, and they never got me physically. They thought they could get me mentally, but they never got me physically, and I thank God for that. But to be honest, spite of all honesty in the world, if I could do it again, I would. If I could go back to school, I would. But it ain't gonna be the same. It won't be the same. Things I miss doing will not be the same. Things I want to do will not be the fucking same. It just will not be the fucking same at all. My feet and my green sweatpants. I remember listening to a radio broadcast a while ago, and that broadcast was all lies and bullshit. Reminded me of Ancient Aliens, and I hated that show. My cum dumpster of a fucking brother would watch that show all the fucking time. And sure enough, the motherfucker had his own religion. He may not have built his own fucking church, but he had his own religion. I got really pissed off. He was trying to get me to believe in what he believed in. He thought he knew me. He thought he could study me. He was wrong. And unlike some people, the way I operate my life will forever be an enigma. I don't want people to know the real me. That's why the fucking mask stays on. I want this fucking mask to stay on. And I want people guessing who I am. I want people guessing the true identity of Damien Manson, the Bloodfinger Ghostface. I want people to keep on guessing, because that's my thing. And for some of you who actually do like my channel, don't take it too personal. I don't care what people think about me. And I don't want to care what another person has to say about me. I don't care and I don't want to care. I don't care and I do not want to care about this whole fucking thing. And I like being out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I mean, look at this tree branch. I could probably hide a fucking tarp over that structure over there and make it into a temporary tent, if that were possible. Piece of blanket, piece of tarp, a piece of fucking something would be nice. I'm gonna head back to the house and I will come back with another possible video game series episode. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe out there.